coroner had... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
Also, you're kind of a little bit grey. Are you feeling okay, sir? So... The right eyeball has been pierced to the hilt by a curved blade knife. The blade cut through the orbit of the frontal bone, ripping apart the frontal lobe and the corpus callosum, after which, completing its trajectory into the cerebellum, caused hemorrhagic lesions. All of these injuries led directly to the death of the individual. So in other words, he was stabbed in the eye. Interesting. What we already knew. At the upper lobe of the right lung, there's an old injury. Oh, filled with an amount of mucus and ciliated debris that may correspond to a chronic infection by elements likely inhaled in a burial chamber. A decaying mummy, for example. Oh, he had decaying mummy inside his lung. Ew. The blade. You didn't do it? I don't know, you've got the right name for it. Are you sure? See? It was totally you. I'm not sure I trust this. Do you have a witness who can testify for your whereabouts on the night of the murder? Okay, so, anyway, he had decaying mummy in his chest. Ew! For example, or a dried, decomposing food product intended to accompany the deceased to the grave. The remainder of the body does not appear to have been damaged. So he had an infection in his lung from decayed organic matter of some kind. Oh, crypt lung. Disgusting. So we've got an old Roman coin and an old ring, poorly repaired as well. So they want us to examine the body. We could do that. We could also go and speak to these guys first, but Lestrade's office is locked. He doesn't want to be disturbed. I think we'll go look at the body first. Let's get all the information, and then we can go talk to them and give, just get everything from them, pump them for all the intel.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
It's good to know he didn't die from a heart attack at the moment he was stabbed in the eye, you know? The stab was a coincidence.
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs.
Fungus. Disgusting.
The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
So there's, move him over. Oh, old man butt. Okay. So what have we got here? Bruised back. Look up Mummy Brown if you want to know other weird things people did to corpses. Is that about that really old mummy that they found recently and there was just brown sludge inside the sarcophagus and people wanted to drink it? Oh. No. I'll stick to coffee.
Caused by a rope.
Caused by a rope? It could be a harness. He could have lowered himself down into a chamber. No, I'm about to eat. Sorry, Mr. Bushido.
The bruising
it wasn't a piece of fruit.
They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
To hell. Oh. So he very recently went down into a chamber or a tomb or something. It was lowered down somewhere. Old-timey paint pigment. Oh, right. Okay, that's what it is. I'll have a look later, then I'll see what that's about. One thing I've learned is to not necessarily have food while watching Matt's stream. Yeah, it's not a great idea sometimes. There can be weird things happening.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, so who do we want to speak to first? Mr. Pitkin? Well, Mr. Blinkhorn's already on his feet. Let's talk to Blinkhorn.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
So this
Good
guy's
day
an
to you, sir.
archaeologist.
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
Percival, what a name. He fancies himself as a knight of the round. There's a focused look. I don't know, even frozen, his eyes are kind of wiggling around. Look at him. Ew. So he is attentive. Anything down here on his clothing? Okay. Rusty braces, he's a shabby worker, he's not wealthy. So he's not a successful archaeologist. Mucky sleeves. Recent earthwork. And calluses on his fingers. So yep, he works with his hands.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
Well, that lines up with the newspaper article. He said that a little bit begrudgingly, though, I think.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no, but he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly?
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive, too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room, and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Hope the devs aren't going to try to retcon real-world history. Well, I mean, they retconned the structure of my home country of England, so why not, right?
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous swan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
Finders keepers, I guess. Yeah.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad, and he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions. I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Not very well.
Rather well.
Nah. I'm going to press the bullshit button right there. No, Pitkin sent you a letter saying get your shit together or find somewhere else to be.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure.
Pretty much what I imagined then.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right, Miss Pitkin.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
You don't understand how this works. I ask you the questions. Nothing. Oh, there we go. Something on his nose. Oh, his mouth. He has disdain. He has a disdainfully shaped mouth. There's a signet ring. Aristocratic roots, which he's wearing wrong, by the way. Always wear the signet ring on the pinky of your left hand. Unless you're a member of the Kingsmen, and then you wear it on whichever hand happens to be dominant because it's an electric shock device. But look, that's a good movie, go watch it. He does seem testy, doesn't he? Yeah, but look, he's a man of wealth, so, yeah. I don't have time for this common nonsense. How are you today, Chas? Ah, his eyes. There's an arrogant look about him.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
We were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament, suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Seems to me, though, he didn't enjoy working with the guy, even though he brought him in. So maybe Sir Rodney Bentcliffe was brought on not by his choice, and he's been dancing to someone else's tune and saying, fine, I'll let them carry on researching. Interesting.
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
I mean, it was. His letter does confirm that. It's a letter he wrote. So yeah, it's the only thing that makes sense to this. The Roman coin has nothing to do with it.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
But yeah, that's true as well. The characters in this game, they've been shown to be really fidgety. I don't think they've done any kind of actual, like true crime LA Noire. They did this where they did facial capture, and they wanted to portray people who were lying or not, so you had to really watch them. I don't think they did that in this game. This came out sometime afterwards, if I'm not mistaken, but they didn't go to those levels. Plus, he doesn't enjoy being here. He might not be looking at us just out of pure disdain. That's part of his character, so that's a potential as well.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
Again, I asked the questions around here, Mr. Pitkin.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
You think? So, the attendant at the baths told us that Mr. Pitkin and Sir Rodney showed up at the same time. You'd think he would have noticed if he showed up and had an ice bucket with a champagne bottle under his arm, right? All right. Mr. Garrow.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Do join me in the torture chamber. I mean the comfortable questioning room.
A good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I am Tristram Garrow.
Hello. You just noticed glasses? No, he's not wearing glasses. Yeah. You don't notice that I wear glasses sometimes on the stream? He's badly shaven. They are different from the ones I'm normally wearing. He had it in his gaming inventory. Yeah, that's it. I just pressed my button and it just beep, re-equipped my headwear. His eyes have bags under them. He's not sleeping very well. He's highly stressed, probably. There's nothing around here. Dirty clothes. It's the prop for Sherlock's nerd look. Yeah. Did I miss a scar? I wondered why it did a sort of a weird round his face. Yeah, he does. He has a scar there, look, but it's not letting me click it. It does a weird kind of wibble across his face and then back again, as though we're supposed to notice something here. Like that pimple. His clothes are all dirty. He has something here. What is it, like an air freshener from a car or something? Oh, a protective amulet. He's superstitious. Not just regular stitious. Okay, we're missing something here. Where is it? Dirty clothes. There's his belt. His protective amulet. Grown bad puns. Of course. Do we do any other type here? Ah. Okay, so he's perspiring. There it was. Bad Matt. What? Okay, so tell me, sir, what do you do for a living?
What is your occupation?
What is your profession,
I am
Spartan?
a councillor at the district chamber.
And what were you doing at the baths?
Well, I follow the researches. I am interested in archaeology.
You follow them?
Yes, so many things happened and we need to know. Or perhaps it's better hidden.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Garrow.
I meant nothing by that. I apologise.
Guy is very, very squirrely.
What was it like to work with Sir Rodney?
It was like working with a genius. He was a hard man, but then you know this world is hard. There are always people who want to steal from you. And he trusted me, but oh.
Are you feeling unwell?
I'm sorry. It is I remember. Oh, I feel so sorry.
Do you need anything?
I feel bad. I hear. No, nothing. I'm better now.
Well, that was convincing. Well, fine then.
Please try to recall what you saw today.
The room was so hot. I had to remove my glasses. I was not feeling so very well in there.
But you found the body.
I saw the knife, you know, flying through the air. I saw the blood. I tried to escape. I don't remember.
Saw the knife? What did it look like?
Everything was as if in a nightmare. It all happened so fast. The knife was shining like gold.
Golden knife. But then again, fire is kind of orangey coloured, and if it were, for example, that lump of molten silver we found in the brazier, it would have reflected the light. Send this one to the funny farm. I'm already thinking about it. Yeah, crazy dude. How could he see anything if he wasn't wearing his glasses and the steam was so thick the other dude could hardly see his feet? Yep, that's a big, big, big worry. It's like he saw the knife? Interesting. Or maybe he's in shock. It could be. Also, if he's taking too much of that St. John's wort, you get hallucinations. So, maybe he didn't. Maybe he's just remembering it all jumbled up because of that. He wasn't necessarily hallucinating at the time, but he's probably had an episode since then brought on by the stress. Who knows? You can't be in shock he doesn't have a bright orange blankie. Yeah. Or blanket. Yes. That's true. People in shock either have those or they have those silvery ones. Like they wrap them in Bako foil, don't they? They come out with a roll of Bako foil out of the back of an ambulance and they wrap you up in it like a Christmas turkey. And you're no longer in shock now. You're fine. Everything's good. Mental health care was great in the 1800s. Oh, yeah. They had plenty of hospitals out there for them. Yeah, they were all treated very well.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behaviour?
Well, he had been rather secretive these past few days.
No, Sam, stay away from your
Last
daughter's
Thursday,
medication.
For example, I saw him leave. When he returned, it was very late. He showed me some wet coins, Roman coins, and he started to laugh.
Okay.
His ring! Oh, it should be destroyed.
Why do you say that?
It is a cursed ring, digging dark secrets.
Really?
It is after me now. I know it. I shouldn't have worked on it in the workshop. It's too late now.
Oh, is he the one that repaired the ring? Well, repaired, but, you know. Ooh.
This is the coin that he showed me. It is from the 3rd century.
It must be very rare.
No, I don't know.
No, coins like that exist everywhere. Of course it's going to be rare. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. This will help me to calm down.
Oh, you're not
Do
allowed
be
to take
careful with the dosage.
I will.
I mean it.
I wonder if we'd have given him that option as soon as we saw it. The rest of the questioning might have gone differently. That would be interesting. Might have to replay this afterwards and see.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
What? No.
Garrow appears to be rather mentally disturbed. Either that or he is a good actor.
The rarity was probably a test. Sherlock would know that, but the dude should have also, because that's not a hard thing to figure. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, if somebody told me something had something here from the 3rd century, I would have been like, ooh, that must be rare. I'm not an archaeologist or a student of history, but it's pretty easy to figure that one out. It's not going to be floating around in every gift shop in the country, are they? Right, so let's have a look. What have we got so far? We've got a bunch of stuff. So before we finish for the day, for those who have just joined us who are fairly new to the playthrough, I want to just show you this mechanic. We are a little bit over time, but I'll just quickly go through this mechanic with you all. So these are some of the clues we've had so far. We have to pair 2 of them together, and sometimes one can pair to multiple clues that you will find more of throughout the course of your case. So, the broken glasses. What would that go with? Garrow's drug, maybe? No, not the champagne. Pitkin's fight, strange wound. So if you don't get them wrong, okay, we know that doesn't pair to anything we got yet. What about the champagne? Effective arrival, stolen notes, Rodney's lie, Garrow's drug, strange wound, Pitkin's fight. Nope. So Rodney's lie. Ah, there we go. That paired together. A mortal secret. Why would Sir Rodney be hiding anything? Could his discovery be the motive for the crime? So, these begin to reveal new ideas, and sometimes you can get new objectives from doing these. Like this. Okay, the fact that it's got that little tick there, that shows that there's a new objective for us to achieve. Find out where Sir Rodney was several days before his murder and uncover his precious secret. So we need to figure that out. That's added a new objective for us. So if you're ever stuck, if you're playing this game by yourselves at some point, you're ever stuck, start pairing things together. And you can't get it wrong at this stage. Effective arrival, Pitkin's fight. Okay, and sometimes these are double-barreled. So, Blinkhorn's humiliation. Blinkhorn work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, but at a high cost to his morale. Or Blinkhorn's work was saved by the arrival of Sir Rodney, and he's been thankful for the possibility of working together and the chance to learn from him. So we can pick some of these, and they will pair up with other little synapses, I suppose you could say, and give you a full-on conclusion to the end. Then we have some stolen notes. See, effective arrival still pairs to something else as well. So none of these stick together. Just check we haven't missed one. Okay, good. This was fun. You hope to join on Monday? You're more than welcome to. If you hit that follow button, then you'll never miss an episode. And yeah. Anyway, we are going to get out of here now, so I'm going to also put my social media links. That's a good place to keep up with everything. Let me just pause this.